thanks for joining. Here is all of my makeup in one hand and a few brushes. Now I'm first going to start with a highlight. I'll talk about the colors in just a minute. And this is cream, and so I like to prime my eyelids with it because it's a great base for the eyeshadows. These are the colors that I'm using. I'm using all matte. This is Philly, Pup, Ivy League, Mija, and Cupcake. I'm going to use the eyeshadow everything brush, and I'm going to start with Pup with a fluffy end, and I am just going to make a nice wash of Pup all over my eyelid. The great thing about Mascara Beauty and their palettes, I can pick the shadows I want, customize my palette, and they're interchangeable. Now I'm going to start with Philly with the fluffy end, and I'm just going above my crease, leaving my eye open naturally, just creating some contour for my eyes. Now I'm going to use the small end of the same brush, and I'm going up underneath my lash line, into my lash line with Philly, and then I'm going to line my eyes with the same color Philly. And this brush makes it so easy to line your eyes. It's foolproof. It's soft, so you just go in the direction of your lashes back and forth and work the product in. Such an easy way to line your eyes. Take Ivy League, and I'm just going to take a little bit and tap it in, and with a small end I'm basically making the smallest little V with a point going in the direction from the corner of my eye to the end of my eyebrow, and I just kind of go in that direction. I'm not going all the way over, and then I'm going to take the fluffy end and I'm going to blend it inward into the Pup and to the Philly, making sure to blend, blend, blend. And you can build it up, make it as deep as you want, and then we take the fluffy end and blend it over, and I can keep building it into the intensity of the pink that I want. That's what's so great about these shadows. They're highly pigmented. I can choose the colors I want for my palette, customizable. They're magnetic, fit in my compacts so nicely. Cupcake. I'm going to use the multitasker brush. I'm going to use the larger end, and I'm going to take that little sharp edge and put it right underneath the hairline of my brow to give me a nice lift there. Then I can use that same color to diffuse any kind of discoloration on the inner corner of my eye that can make you look tired. Now it's time for brows. I'm going to use a hot line brush, and I'm going to use the angled end, and I'm going to use Indigo Contour. The contours work great for brows because it works like a pomade and controls the crazy hair that seems to go in all directions. And plus, this works great to make the hair appear thicker, and especially when they get older and they start thinning. It's a great tool to have. Plus, it's all in your compact. On the other end of this brush is a little spoolie, and I like to take that and soften it and to make it nice and natural. Now time for the 3D foundation using the Best Blend Forever brush. Here's my compact, everything in there. Here are my cheek colors, and then I always like to start with some lip conditioner so it's nice and soaked into my lips before I apply my lipstick. Now with the 3D foundation, I'm going to start with the first part is contour. Contour is a darker brown, using the Best Blend Forever brush, using the small end. The contour provides coverage, just like foundation would. It goes in areas that accentuate our features, up underneath the cheekbone, top of the hairline down to the middle of the forehead. literally like a crayon. I'm just coloring it on. This goes on in sections and laced together just like color by number, and just literally drawing it on. Now I'm going to take the fluffy end and I'm just going to fluff over my contour to make it smoother and blend. And I fluff up from my cheek, not to blend too much to lose the definition, but it definitely softens it. Then I'm going to go from chin to earlobe, and I love doing this because I have a little sagginess there, and this helps make it a little sharper edge. If you have double chin, you can put that on your double chin. It works great. And the cream is so easy to work with. It makes it so easy. Then a little bit underneath your lip. Doesn't hurt anything. It just gives you an extra little pout. Lightly dab in your tin. Put it down underneath your chin. And pull it down onto your neck very lightly. I love this brush. It's so soft. Makes it so easy. Now we're going to contour our nose. We put a little bit of contour right on the top of our nose to the brow. And this is not going to not change the shape of your nose. It can, but it definitely directs the light to the center of the face, which miraculously centers the face and brings all the attention to your eyes. So you slightly bring that down onto your nose a little bit. Now the second part of the 3D foundation is the highlight color. This is amber. Using the fluffy end, I'm going into a pie piece underneath my eye, sweeping it up underneath and down onto my cheek, side of my nose, and look at that. It's like totally even tone. Age spots are camouflage, and it has the lightest amount of makeup on. Like so light you don't feel it. Now the beard and the mustache area between the two contour colors, and then I'll go between the brows and above the brows, and then only have cheek color next. But then we're going to have a little bit of fun with some brightening highlight before I add the cheek. This is another highlight color I'm going to use called linen. Adding linen to your main highlight in certain areas just creates a nice pop and brightness. See how I'm just taking the side of my nose down on the top of my cheek, between the brow, top lip, center of my chin, and for fun, for a special eye lift, just go right under your eye and sweep it up to the end of the tail of your eyebrow. This is easy. I mean, look at this. I am pressing, dabbing. I just colored by number. It doesn't get any easier. This is smart makeup. Yes, you can do this. Now for the third part of the foundation, cheek color. Look at that black cherry. It looks frightening in the tin, but it is one of my favorites, and it works beautifully on all skin tones. Using the same brush, lightly on the apples of the cheeks, and this is going to add warmth and life to the face. Just a slight hint of warmth, some pink, warm flesh, and what's great about the cheek color is that it provides coverage as well. Oh my gosh, I love it. Now now while we're at it, let's just go an extra mile. We're going to take a little bit of indigo to line, and I'm going to take a little bit of my contour and apply it to my lips. It creates a great base for all lipsticks, but it works really good with the lip and cheeks as well. Then take a multitasker brush, and I'm taking the small end, and I'm going to line my lips just a little bit with some indigo. And then I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to soften it and blend it with my finger. You're kind of overlining the lip, not right on the pink, just a little bit on the outside of it. But we're definitely not going to leave it like that. You don't want a harsh line. You want it to appear natural and like a shadow. So I take my finger and you soften it. And this just creates a nice little shadow and a great base for black cherry. And the best way to put this on is with your fingers. And just rub some black cherry in that, and it makes the prettiest color with that contour as the base. And just make sure to clean up any kind of lines. You don't want anything harsh. You don't want to look like you've been eating a Hershey bar, you know, and forgot to clean up. So definitely make that nice and soft. Okay, now I'm going to use the same brush. I wiped it off, and now let's illuminate. This is Photoshop. Again, Photoshop is an illuminator. This is not a filter. Mascara is the only filter you'll need. But we're taking a little bit of Photoshop and right onto the smooth part of your cheek. I don't want to go up too close to my eyes because I have crow's feet, and so that would accentuate my wrinkles. But I come down onto my cheeks where I want roundness, and I want that little fleck of light to make it appear more round. Then I would love to take a little bit and put it down the center of my nose and the center of my mouth for some extra brightness. Then take your finger and right on top of that cupcake, I'm putting just a hint on the outer part of my brow. Now time for mascara, but before that, we're going to do some Stay Spray. It's the balm. It gives that nice glow and it sets the makeup. Mascara, and done. I invite you to get color matched. No obligation to purchase. Just love to share. Follow me at The Niche and at Me Althea.